Welcome to Together in Style. Today in my kitchen, I'm going to share with you a delicious recipe for an oatmeal apple crisp. Apples are in season right now, so they're everywhere. At the grocery store, they're on sale. A lot of orchards are having like picking, so you can do that with your friends or with your kids. I happened to go out and pick some apples in my yard today to make this delicious treat. It's fantastic for breakfast or for dinner, having like a great dessert or even a treat at night. And all the ingredients are just the perfect autumn blend. So they have, you know, that great spice of cinnamon and nutmeg, and we have some vanilla and brown sugar. And because it's an oatmeal apple crisp, we have the great like crunchiness of the oatmeal. So I'm gonna share with you how to put all of these things together to make this delicious treat. So for the next step to prepare for this dish, I'm gonna cut up all the apples and I'm gonna put them in my 8x8 Pyrex Glass Baking Dish. I am gonna spray it with a little cooking spray just to ensure that nothing sticks to the sides or the bottom, seeing that we're gonna use some sugary sweetness to everything. Great. So let's cut up the apples, and I'm gonna fill it up about 2/3 of the way. And I just want the apples sliced nice and thin. I don't necessarily need to be perfect on each size of the apple, but I do wanna make sure that they are around the same size so they do cook evenly. We had a lot of apples this year on our tree, so I've been making everything apples, but this is definitely by far one of the favorites of everyone. So I'm just gonna share with you how to put everything together. I'm gonna first dress the apples. I told you I had 2/3 of a cup of just granulated sugar. I'm actually only gonna use half of it right now to just sprinkle over the apples. So measure that, that's perfect. That's about half of it, perfect. And then I'm actually using a pumpkin pie spice mix. I like it because it really has all of the flavors I'm looking for. It has the ground ginger, it has allspice in it, it has cinnamon, so all the flavors together. And I have 2 teaspoons of this, so I'm just gonna take half of it, kind of separate it here with my fingers and just kind of lightly sprinkle it around the apples. And I'm gonna use the rest of both the sugar and this pumpkin pie spice mix and the crumble for the top. All right, so now that I have the apples dressed, I'm just gonna kind of mix them through with my hands just so everybody gets coated and everybody's happy. All right, everything's looking good. Perfect, it really smells delicious. This is one of those types of recipes that when you're baking it in the oven, you can't wait for it to finish. We put it to the side. And I'm gonna start on the crumble, but first I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, now to make the crumble topping. So super simple. We're gonna take that granulated sugar and just put it all the way in the bowl. And now that pumpkin pie spice, I'm just gonna put that all in the bowl as well. I have a half a cup of all-purpose flour. Just gonna stick that right in there as well. I do like a little extra cinnamon in this particular recipe, so I have added a teaspoon of that into the mix. And of course, I can't forget a little vanilla because I just love the flavor of it, so we're gonna add that in there as well. And I have just a cup of firmly packed dark brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar. I just happen to like the rich flavors of the dark brown sugar, but both are delicious. So we'll stick that right in there. And now onto the quick oats. This is the type that you get in a nice canister, easy to find at the grocery store. It's not the type that are instant oatmeal that you might use for a breakfast treat. This is something that will say quick oats on the label. So I'm just gonna pour this into the mixture. It's 1.5 cups of this. So put that there. And now to bind it all together, I have a stick of butter. I've melted, so I'm just gonna pour that all over the top of this. And now, just kind of mash together with my fork and make this nice and crumbly. What I like about this recipe is that these are ingredients that you really have always in your kitchen. You know, these spices together, the oatmeal, so it's something that just on the fly you can always put together. Okay, so now the melted butter really coated everything. So we have a beautiful crumble, and I see all these great oats. It smells delicious. The brown sugar looks great. I can definitely smell all of the flavors that we have from the pumpkin pie spice and the cinnamon. So all we need to do next is just place this right on top of all of the cut up apples that we have. So let me bring those back. So we're gonna get our hands dirty again and just sprinkle all over the top, getting into all the little grooves. Make sure that each and every one of these apples get a nice coating. So don't be stingy on anything, just put it all over. Okay, so now that we have the apples coated nicely with the topping, I'm gonna place this in the oven. I have the oven already preheated at 350. It's gonna go in there to bake for about 45 minutes. The top is gonna get nice and crispy, and the bottom part is gonna be just delicious. It's kind of like an apple pie without the bottom. So let's put this in the oven. This looks fantastic. Perfect golden brown. It's been making this house smell so good all afternoon. Well, at least the last 45 minutes. So this is one dessert that you really don't have to wait to have it cool down if you'd like to serve it right away. I'm gonna indulge in a little ice cream on top and then some pumpkin pie spice to add just a little fresh garnish. So let's start by getting some of this delicious apple crisp. Oh, I can even hear the sound, and it sounds just a little crunchy on top. In my bowl. Oh, this is fantastic. I love a lot of crumble with the apples. Perfect balance. All right, so now to add some of my ice cream to this, and it's fantastic when it's nice and warm. Get a nice scoop. And to top it off. And now the moment I've been waiting for, to try everything. Oh, this is perfect. A little apple, some crisp, and some ice cream. Without a doubt, one of my favorite apple desserts or treats. So enjoy this fall, have fun, try out these recipes, and live life together in style.